It's that time of year, ladies and gentlemen. It's Musical March in September. Why, you ask, are we doing it in September? Oh, well, because it's Musical March, obviously. And if you don't remember previous musical marches in either March or September, it's okay. I've never done it before. Wasn't uncommon with prominent directors in the New Hollywood era. Bogdanovich chose to make a screwball romantic musical comedy using 18 Cole Porter songs in order to pay homage to big Hollywood musicals a la Top Hat. The result, let's just say, didn't quite go over so well. The film flopped with critics and audiences, whose backlash was so fierce that Bogdanovich sent out an open letter of apology to major newspapers across the United States. He later stated the film was released to theaters in an inferior version after being hastily edited by the production after only 2 preview screenings. The studios were even blamed for sabotaging the film in an attempt to make more money if the film bombed. And according to the documentary, A Decade Under the Influence, a lot of the ill will of the film began with Bogdanovich and Shepard supposedly being dicks to the press during production. The movie has since been edited into a version more pleasing to writer-director Bogdanovich, while spending decades out of circulation and only known primarily for its reputation. This is less what the fuck Hollywood and more... was it really that bad? Well, already I see a huge problem. The actors aren't even real. This was when twerking was significantly more G-rated. Things seem to be off to an okay start at first. Never mind. I believe the scene just ran out of batteries. This is that awkward moment when the women on your music box begin to leave with each other. Here we meet Kitty O'Kelly, played by Madeline Kahn. Kitty is what you would call a professional drunk.
I'd rather be a bat than a duck.
Thought I was a weasel.
You are a weasel and a duck.
Rather intriguing combination, I'd say.
To put it in perspective, Weasel and Duck was like the cunt and bastard of the 30s. I'm just amazed she has this autographed picture of Frankie Avalon, and she has her own balcony. And then the glass hit someone in the head and killed them. Might as well get some music in here.
While the crows at El Morocco punish the parking.
Weird. When I get drunk, I usually just sing Men Without Hats. Admittedly, I spend my drunk nights alone clutching a picture, but I'm usually not singing to it. Meanwhile, boys, if we sit this close to each other, everyone gets to cheat. That's just playing fair.
All right, here they are, 10s and kings. 2 pair, ace high.
Could have beat that.
Yeah, so can I. 3 boys and 2 little girls.
I'm pretty sure that even in the 30s, they frowned upon gambling children. And here's our winner, Johnny Spanish. I wonder if he's French.
Tomorrow, your trouble will be done tomorrow. Your victory will be won tomorrow. We're all gonna have fun, 'cause there ain't gonna be no sorrow tomorrow.
That's right, we won't be playing you tomorrow.
That guy thought of that quip during the game and just prayed to God that somehow Johnny worked the word tomorrow into his song. Back then, you could either pay for a newspaper or just sing a jaunty tune.
Damani, you're sure gonna meet the one you'll adore.
God forbid, I got enough trouble.
Now your heart gonna beat as never before.
It'll stop.
No, it's all gonna change from darkness to dawn.
Barney Google here.
See, it was totally worth it because either way, you're still gonna piss off an old man. Good thing it's not raining. Who knows what he could be singing about then? Johnny goes home to take off his shirt and the sweater he's wearing underneath it. And thus the Chippendales Dancers were born.
That there ain't gonna be no sorrow tomorrow.
I believe tomorrow is when this song will end, and we still have 16 more songs to go. Sybil Shepherd plays Brooke Carter. I wonder if she's rich.
Oh, these are going back. I told that they'd pinch. It's like wearing 2 vices.
Doesn't matter if it were 80 years ago or today, first world problems have always remained the same. A big gimmick of the film was its use of live singing, as opposed to lip-syncing to pre-recorded music by the actors. This was a practice that hadn't been done wholesale since the 1930s, and even to this day is only rarely used. The film was heavily criticized for this because of the supposed questionable singing talents of Sybil Shepherd and Burt Reynolds. So, let's see how she sounds.
Why should one rise at sunset or at sunrise? Which should be upper, my breakfast or my supper?
God damn it, I am so mad at this! She sounds fine! And she has some fantastic G-rated side boob going on. That's right, the movie is rated G, so if I know the history of my show, that means the Boggy Creek Monster might show up. Maybe Sybil is just nervous because Throw Mama from the Train is standing behind her. And thanks to Caligula, I will always know how the water gets that color.
Which is the right life?
Well, there's her problem. She has to read her lyrics from a script. I hate to break it to Burt Reynolds, but I think his driver may be Hitler. Poor Howard Johnson from Blazing Saddles lost his business and had to become a chauffeur. And who hasn't sang drunk in the back of their own car?
After hunting all over for pleasure, with some measure of success.
Are you singing to me, sir?
No, I was singing to myself.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead, sir.
But if you take requests, I would love to hear some John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band. Burt Reynolds plays millionaire playboy Michael Oliver Pritchard III, a name that just sounds like it's spelled out in dollar signs. I think he's resisting the urge to call his driver Old Sport. This is a major twist, though. Apparently, M. Emmett Walsh was once young.
Harold.
Look at dog. Look large. Love it dog.
Harold. Harold! Oh.
Nowadays, behavior like that will get you your own cable reality show. And I'm sensing some love at first Burt. Does every Burt Reynolds movie have to have car stunts in it? The answer is yes. Yes, they do.
What's the matter?
I don't smoke.
She doesn't smoke.
She doesn't smoke.
I knew that.
Now who's this?
You guys better cool it with the smoking talk. That's taboo R-rated material. And what is the deal with the sudden rain shower that immediately goes away in the daylight? So fake and Hollywoody. I am quite enjoying stone-faced, bored-looking Rodney during all of this.
You ever get bored?
Never.
Rodney.
Sir!
And is every bit player from Blazing Saddles in this? Nice to see this guy not yelling at slaves or promoting paste pecani sauce. Here, Brooke decides to challenge her luck at the horse track.
I have lucky feeling today.
You're Italian.
You're Venetian.
Every Italian I've ever met is rude, inconsiderate, and selfish.
Yeah, perhaps because they are not used to women who are spoiled. Yeah, in Italy we don't have.
Elizabeth, call the police.
Only Sybil Shepherd could give me a hard-on while saying something racist. Someone carrying cash on them. This must be the past. Let's see how that horse does.
And here comes Puckball.
Oh, look at him.
Don't worry, Jason Statham and Amy Smart are about to go have sex on that track. Things will pick up. Poor horse was just psyched out from Dunn.
Bail me now.
As if things couldn't be any worse, she has to ride home with Mr. Handsome. Michael and Kitty are having a good time too. They're already on 40th drink, and they're having a staring contest. That may seem corny, but tell me that you wouldn't stare into the eyes of Burt Reynolds and not want to have sex with him. I, for one, am upset at the complete non-suggestive nature of these songs.
But if baby I'm the bottom, you're the top.
See? Bottom, top, what the hell am I supposed to do with that? They both have something in common. They absolutely love Cole Porter music and old-timey compliments.
You're Botticelli.
Keith,
You're Shelley.
you're Ovaltine.
He's thick and chocolatey?
Maxie! You okay?
I don't get enough exercise. You know that?
No?
No.
That's our Bert turning a heart attack into a fantastic first kiss. Oh, we gonna do another song now?
You're the top. You're the Colosseum. You know the...
Sorry, I didn't know You're the Top also had a car solo. One thing is for sure, these two need to do a whole lot more drinking to catch up to Bert and Madeline.
I'm a worthless checker, total wreck, a flop. Buddy, baby, I'm the bottom, you're the top.
There sure were a lot of couples in the 1930s singing about ass fucking. At least we get to know a little bit here about Brooke's family backstory.
My mother's always had a weakness for Latins.
And you?
I haven't had that weakness.
No, no.
My mother's in South America.
And your father?
My father isn't in South America.
She joined a cult in Guyana. I assume it's going well. And this couple is quick with the compliments too.
You're sublime. You're a turkey dinner.
Cause tonight he's gonna get stuffed. By the way, this poster, totally photoshopped. I see they've arrived at the annual Ebenezer Scrooge convention. Not sure exactly what play is going on here, but I have a hunch that no matter what it is, it'll be in blackface. Now we have our third meet cute of the film.
Nonsense. There's 2 seats. One for each of you.
But the ones I bought were together, see? 6 and 7, you're in 7.
Well, what's wrong with that one?
And that's 9.
You're being very literal.
It's not for me, it's for Rodney. See, he cries and shows. Sometimes I have to hold his hand.
Or I become uncontrollable.
He becomes uncontrollable.
I love this guy. As you can see, Bert has to sit next to Brooke because it can't be a love story about Bert and Johnny Spanish. The chest hair alone would cause a paradox of man grooming. It gets a little awkward when people seem to be sitting in their way.
Look what you've done.
What?
King Kong's wife.
Oh dear. Can you see the stage?
Not at all.
You have taken the only seat from which anything is visible. I hope you enjoy the show.
Well, welcome to every movie-going experience before stadium seating. Maybe that's why audiences in 1975 hated this film. Someone tall was sitting in front of them. Now we finally get to see what this show is.
I am Sadhu.
Actually, it's sort of like Behind the Green Door, only with arms instead of dicks. This seems like another spot I could make a Blazing Saddles reference, but I'm too busy sucking on Sheriff Bart's arm. And is it Cannibal Holocaust now?
The personal slave of someone just out of a cave.
Here's where I would normally make a joke about that totally being what the audience reaction to At Long Last Love was like, but so far, nothing in this film merits that kind of reaction. Wait, the caveman's wearing glasses. This movie is a total catastrophe. Not to mention the caveman makes this extremely lazy product placement for Geico. Turns out Brooke and Kitty were friends in school, so they all meet up backstage.
Hurrah for the orange and blue. 2 and 2, 2, we will ever be true. She gives us the knowledge to send us to college. Hurrah for the orange and blue.
Chicks, bro. And why would people pay to go dance somewhere? It seems like in the musical universe, they do that all the time, wherever they want, and for free. And I think the ladies are being their own cock blockers.
Yeah, so why don't you guys go take a walk or
We
something?
did that twice.
Then go tie your tie. You too.
Joke's on you, ladies. We've been trying to get our clothes off all night. Then that simple gesture turns into a thing.
Sir, you're not in fashion.
It's the fashion, George.
I know, but Mildred is so out of touch.
I am not. She is not.
What are you doing, lady?
That was a weird running gag, but I kinda liked it. And I'm mad at myself for that because I heard this movie sucked. Maybe they'll do something embarrassing soon.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, you want to spend Sunday on the Sound?
Oh, would you, Brooke? He's got a terrific house. Well, I'd have to get some clothes.
Me too.
And Beth.
Leave
Go figure, you put a bunch of incredibly charismatic actors in a movie, and they all act charismatic. Even Bert's singing fits along with his rich, doofy schlub of a character. Why would he sound perfect? Because even though it's a near spot-on send-up of classic Hollywood, it should be more like the times of the 1970s, even though that would totally be out of place. I haven't been this mad since Down with Love was nothing like There's Something About Mary. Sorry, while I was talking, apparently they picked up a bird along the way. They'll need to regurgitate champagne into its mouth. Yet Rodney still remains classy as always.
No, I'm driving. Oh, come on, Rod. You've only had one.
Yeah, Rod.
That is not my name. I am simply not a Rod. Thank heaven.
Open wide.
Why do I have the feeling that where this movie ends, the bonfire of the vanities begins? And who could get mad at Bert in this film? Just listen to that laugh. The Burt laugh fixes everything. My 12-inch penis is due largely in part to Burt Reynolds laughing at its original size. I sense another romance in this film.
Rodney.
Right.
And that, my friends, is what a G-rated hand job looks like. It's still a hand job.
Love.
They could say Leonardo DiCaprio got fucked up on lewds and wrecked their car. Ooh, so hungover. He must have just gotten back from Brian and Letty's wedding, too. Now Johnny is checking the paper to see if Peter Bogdanovich apologized for Illegally Yours. And about that new romance.
Mr. Pritchard also plays poker, football.
Oh, I love football, that contact.
Madam, please, keep your distance.
He's a little nervous because since it's a movie I'm reviewing, it might have rape in it. Hell, it does have an ejaculation scene.
That's the time when I'm in.
This is the couple I'm rooting for the most.
Are you fond of poker, dear? Kindly tell me if so.
Yes, I'm fond of poker, dear. But in the morning, no!
The makeup sex between these two is going to contain fantastic baritone. Is there something else in here I could take out of context?
Rookie's up.
I think she's down.
His butt?
I'd say it's a 4-cucumber day.
Well, 6 if you count the ones at the back door. Not only are we given some spectacular set design here, but many of the musical numbers in the film, as well as being sung live, are done in one continuous take, with many impressive tracking shots that often go from one song into some banter and then into the start of another song. But the movie still sucks. I don't know why yet, but I guess it sucks. I don't know how to say this, but I think someone may have put 6 bullets into her shirt.
Should I say thumbs down and give it a shove?
Oh, don't say thumbs down. Roger Ebert was one of the critics who was actually pretty lenient on this film. And don't shave, Bert. You'll lose the source of all your powers.
Is it an earthquake? Or simply a shock?
A scene of a guy singing to himself in the bathroom is acted just like a guy singing to himself in the bathroom. What the fuck? And get this slapstick out of my screwball musical.
I'm sorry, I got alcohol in my eyes.
Well, that's an original way to drink.
No, shaving alcohol.
You shouldn't drink that at all.
What was it, drinking it?
Well, if anything, we've discovered the source for booze eyeballing. Here's the part where Bert starts playing football for a local country club prison, and then his mom shows up.
Huh?
Touchdown. I win.
Still better than Adam Sandler's The Longest Yard. It's weird having someone show up to be the 7th wheel, but never mind the mom. Let's get back to some Rodney.
Rodney is such a tiger.
Thank you. I see you still haven't shaved that silly thing off.
We have to talk about it now.
Don't you like his mustache?
She hates it.
He only grew it to look like Rodney.
He's my idol.
He's mine, too.
Go away.
I feel like just watching this movie, I need to open up a Swiss bank account.
Who's that stick she's dancing with?
Captain Craig. I don't know what he's captain of. That's what they've always called him.
Maybe it's his first name. I knew a guy called Sergeant once.
Possible.
Ooh, I see they're playing a drinking game. Take a drink anytime someone in the movie says something charming. That's why they're all drunk. Just listen to them sing.
Okay. Have you heard the coast of Maine just got hit by a hurricane.
Well, did you know what a swell party this is?
Well, suddenly I feel okay with a natural disaster happening. I mean, if Burt Reynolds is cool about it, I guess I should be too. Also, I feel like I as well am getting a buzz.
What burgundy?
What great Henry!
What brandy? Wow!
What whiskey? Hell!
Yikes, all this drinking is gonna lead to some real awkwardness. Look, they catch Sybil Shepherd cheating on Peter Bogdanovich. It's a good thing the band is playing the song that they're singing. It'd be really awkward if they were playing the Star Wars Cantina music. And just what is it like to flirt with Burt Reynolds? That's right, another staring contest. The first one to break eye contact has to go down on the other one.
Is that thing itchy?
What thing?
Thing on your lip.
Bravo, the one thing that everyone has always wanted to ask Burt Reynolds. That, and what does the man love more, cat dancing or women? Meanwhile, the other two are being driven home by David Berkowitz of all people. They decide to make Brooke and Michael jealous by totally making out when neither of them are around. Yeah, much like Travis Bickle, poor Rodney has to clean the semen out of the back seat too. Maybe he'll also try to shoot someone Sybil Shepherd works for. I also have the feeling that right now, Burt is thinking that he's called the wrong escort service. Well, they can still sing it out.
It's delicious.
It's delectable.
It's delirious.
It's the lemon.
It's the limit.
It's the looks.
It's
the
Phew, way to randomly title drop a Kevin Kline movie. Well, they're drunk and it's the middle of the night, so why not go for a swim? I'm sure it'll explain why they're dressed up like sperm. Also, you can clearly see Sybil's G-rated nipples. Bastards are keeping Rodney awake. And by the way, Mrs. Robinson is totally trying to seduce you.
I do double entry, dear, but in the morning, no.
Yes, yes.
No.
Yes, yes.
Like it or not, Rodney, you are totally gonna have sex with Eileen Brennan. Oh well, like this movie or not, it's a way more accurate Babe Ruth story. Oh my, I too have a fetish for making out at baseball games and having people throw hot dogs at me. This is seriously hurting Bert's mojo.
Did you hear about the horse that could pitch and field as good as Babe Ruth?
A horse?
It's a joke.
Oh, that's funny.
It's not finished yet.
Oh.
This horse could pitch and field, you see. So the manager asked his trainer. He said, "Can he bat?"
Well, that's very funny.
It's not over yet.
It's the longest joke I've ever heard.
Well, if you be quiet, I can
Well,
finish
go
it.
on.
All right. The manager says, "Can he bat?" And the trainer answers, "Whoever heard of a horse that can bat?"
Yeah, go on.
Oh, forget it.
She later went on to write jokes for the sci-fi speed dating guy. I don't know what's weirder, making out at numerous sporting events or stalking Brooke and Michael just to make out in front of them. Here they are again at a movie theater, watching what I can only assume is an early Dario Argento film. Looks like these two are gonna have to talk it out. And then they're gonna follow Brooke and Kitty and make out in front of them. Maybe this romance isn't as good as once thought.
He's got a big poker game or something over in Staten Island tonight. And this time, he's positive his ship is gonna come in.
Like the Titanic.
Ooh, too soon. Many things happen here. There's some breakups, some hurt feelings, but according to the newspaper, I think Bert may have been caught in bed with a horse. And Brooke is nursing her 30th hangover of the month, and it's only the first week. Oh hey, Live Alone and Like It. I've read that book. It's what convinced me to buy a hot tub. Now she's passing time by singing to the editorial page.
The only exception I know is the case when I'm out on a quiet spree, fighting vainly the old ennui.
God, that singing is seriously not that bad. As someone who has seen Rock of Ages, go watch that film and then bitch about At Long Last Love.
I get no kick from champagne.
Whoa, careful, this guy is gonna interrupt you and have you sing Swing Low Sweet Chariot. Don't worry, when the movie gets too corny, they get heckled by a bird.
What's $1 million without love?
It ain't hay, Snooks.
Ooh, I can't wait for him to sing Song of the Birds. If this movie teaches me anything, it's to never be on the other side of a death glare from Madeline Kahn.
E-F 1, 2, 2.
Come on, you two, cut it out.
See? Some awkward crying will break out. And sure, in this particular number, some of the dancing is out of step, and their styles don't quite match. But it doesn't really bother me here, because they're all playing drunk idiots. They all decide to meet up at a big dance to confront the ones they really love. And finally, the true love story can have a conclusion.
Beat it, Junior.
Well, they lived happily ever after, but what about the others in the group?
Picture Mr. Lord minus Mr. Taylor.
Mix them all together, and what do you got? Just a picture of me without you.
That's a look that says, well, are we ever gonna do any better? It seems like Michael and Kitty end up back together, as well as Johnny and Brooke, but who knows for how long. They're just gonna end up cheating on each other again. Whatever, still a better love story than Twilight. Hell, the ending all but implies this love square is gonna continue on through the ages.
Isn't she beautiful?
She sure is.
I think she's more beautiful now than I've ever seen her.
And then they all turned back into statues. Boy, that sure was an embarrassing waste of talent that goes down like a stricken elephant, and a grand catastrophe that's one of the 50 worst films ever made. No, I get it. The acting and singing was all very silly, much like the classic Hollywood-style fluff that it was paying tribute to, so it's terrible. Believe it or not, the movie eventually did have a minor critical resurgence when in 2011 it began streaming on Netflix and actually got fairly decent feedback, including from the director himself. Because of the Netflix performance, the Fox Movie Channel aired the film, and a definitive director's version Blu-ray was released on June of 2013 to some positive reviews. The version I've seen is the Netflix version, so unless the original 1975 version actually did contain a scene of Burt Reynolds having sex with a racehorse, I failed to find anything truly terrible about this film, and for that, I am a terrible internet critic. I live, eat, drink, piss, and shit films that are far worse than At Long Last Love. Hell, I'll probably talk about some of them later on in the month.
I feel a sudden urge to sing.
Huh?